Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. We're doing a sewer scope today here in North Salt Lake. Today is September 14th, 2022, and we're at 8 South 300 East. We've got the camera pushed out only 63 feet. Now we're going to record it and pull it back and see what we find. So this first part of the line that we're seeing here, it looks similar to when you're dropping into a city line. It comes in kind of perpendicular, but we're not very far out, which makes me think that this is maybe under the house, and another section down in the basement is feeding into it from the side. Possibly we're out in the backyard and another line is feeding into it, maybe a neighboring line. That could be possible. But it makes this turn and immediately runs into a root. Looks like I'm able to sneak past that a little bit, so I'm going to go down further, see if I can get to the city line. Hitting another big root. I don't think this is the city line. If anything significant, multiple properties were going down this line, it would certainly back up by now. And so I think this is maybe a shared line, or maybe I'm just in the basement and I'm not even far enough out which is why it's showing that T. In either case, I'd recommend having this line hydrojetted out. That'll blast out all these roots. If you're to continue to use this line, waste is going to get stuck, and that's going to lead to a backup. Looks like it creates a little bit of a flap so that some waste is going to be able to get through. I'm not going to push through it too much because that could dislodge it and either get my camera stuck or make it worse so the next time you do start using it, or even running water, it could create a blockage. I would say, after seeing past this turn though, that doesn't look like the city line. It looks more like a line that's down in the basement, or maybe a line that's tied into it from a neighboring property. I would recommend having that spot located when you have it cleaned. They can locate it and tell you where that's at, and that would be important because you'll know whether it's a neighboring line tying in or whether it's just something down in the basement. I'm accessing this line through the roof, and so typically I get about 100 feet out to the city line. When I'm going through the roof, it's usually more like 120. This is cast iron. The issue with cast iron is it gets very rough and rusty. It can flake and it can thin out over time. You want to avoid putting wet wipes or feminine hygiene products down the line. Nothing down the line that you don't need to put down. Eventually cast iron will need to be replaced. I would recommend the insurance on this line. There you can see a bunch of it that's flaking off. A little bit of standing water and sludge. Sometimes having the cast iron cleaned can help with that, but a lot of times that's caused by bad grade. When you have the line hydrojetted, I would recommend having the rest of the line scoped as well. That way you can see the entire line and the areas around those roots. Once the roots are removed, it's good to look at those spots as well to make sure there's nothing else going on. Sometimes you'll have a section of pipe missing, and that's what causes the roots to come in so easily. Once you have roots, you're always going to have roots. That will be a maintenance item in the future that you need to keep up on. Some people can go 6 months. Some people go a couple years, but you do want to have it cleaned out periodically. Very good. I'm going to end this recording now.